Hello and welcome back to Pints with Pals. My name's Mike, and joining with me today is Jeremy. Say hi, Jeremy.
Hey, hi, Jeremy. How's it going, everyone?
It's
What's on the docket today?
So today we have another beer from Yazoo called the Hopry Hazy
Hopry.
Hopry. That's what I meant. I keep putting the R. I looked at it. It was in reverse. Hazy IPA, basically, from Yazoo.
You like the whore part. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think I would have been happier with the whore part than the hoppier part.
Horpy. The Horpy sounds like a disease you get.
Well, so I think it's because of the harpies that are in video games.
Are we cracking this open? So what we're doing?
Yep. I'm open.
So everyone check this out. Ready? The new sound effects.
That was trippy. I like that it puts the little beer symbol across your face, though.
Ooh. It smells good.
Yeah, if you like the smell of hops and...
Smells delightful. Ooh, yeah, it gets yeast in there, too. Got some yeasty boys.
Yeah, that started
some yeasty boys in there. Heck yeah.
Cloudy. The hazy was all at the bottom because it sat for so long.
Yeah, it's... You can barely see it. Like big old chunks floating to the bottom. I'm gonna let this sucker sit for I don't know, a couple minutes.
Yeah, you can see it in mine. It's kind of icky.
That smells good. I like the way it smells.
You can actually see it in the. Oh, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that, but you can see it in the where it dripped into it. It smells like. So it's got a little bit of a tropical, like.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's very citrus. It's less grapefruity than I was expecting. But it definitely smells like the packet of...
oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't pour it that far. It smells like the packet of hops when you open it. I am not looking forward to this.
So I watched the video, and it makes perfect sense. I don't know anything about this before. So what they did in the video, they took the pellets, and you break a small one open and you rub it in your hands. You get it nice and warm, so you get all those oils to open up. Then you smell it. And it actually gives you a better sense of what it's going to smell like, or taste like, even, I guess. When it gets added into the beer itself. Because before I just smell the pouch, like okay, it smells earthy, blah blah, and just pour it in. But all the other videos I've watched, when they get like fresh hops, that's what they do. They grab it and they rub it all up, and they stick their nose in and they smell it because they get all the oils and all the smells and everything. I think I'm going to try that for the next beer I do where it doesn't require a whole ounce. I'll just take a little bit and bust it up and see what it actually smells like.
I don't know that busting up, like maybe a little tiny one would probably impact it much, but you could bust it up.
No, for me.
No, I know, but you could bust it up and put it in there even if you need to use the whole 1 ounce packet of it.
Yeah.
I think it's not as hoppy as I was expecting it to be, or at least they're using hops that I'm not a fan of. It smells more peppery almost. Like I wonder if they use like Saaz hops in it.
They don't say.
Yeah, the Yazoo stuff has been pretty consistent.
Which is interesting.
So it says this soft, juicy IPA brewed with pale malt, flaked wheat, oats, and corn barley, along with a blend of citrus-forward hop variants. Dry hopped twice during the active fermentation, transforms this essential hop characteristics into creamy, juicy mouthfeel and big hop flavor, but minimal bitterness. So that's I think that's probably why I like it, which is weird because it's not very bitter.
One correction when you read out the list, there's no corn. There's just barley.
Oh, yeah, I said flaked wheat, oats, and barley. Yeah, I think I probably said, because I was thinking of flaked corn because I bought those.
Yeah. That's fine. Just a small little correction. Not a big deal. No, it's not too bad. I mean, it's delightful overall. I just don't like the chunks of death on the bottom of my glass.
Yeah, mine's not like that.
That's kind of gross. But I know some people that like the yeast. I mean, yeast doesn't really bother a whole lot of people. I mean, some people may upset their stomach some, but I've drank enough unfiltered beers. I'm pretty fine with them.
It is also, I don't remember when this was canned. I think it says
Rubbed off.
in our notes. This was nope, it's not. It's not.
No.
I think that they rubbed it off on purpose. Like when they were like, "Oh, this is past its thing. Let's make sure we try and sell it." Oh no, because this was in a full. We did a 12 pack.
Yeah.
So it's probably whenever the other one is. So like, is there any other?
Let's see.
So what's the brewery?
Yazoo. But that may have been last season though too.
Yeah, it is last season. Sorry, bear with us. After these messages, we will write back.
Technical difficulties. I'd like to say thank you for all the people that have been listening to Spotify. That's really cool. I've been seeing that number grow up quite a bit. I know my son has listened to all of our podcasts so far. He told me that the other day. He calls it, Dad, I've listened to all of them. So you've listened to all of them. I think you're the only one who has listened to every single one of them. So thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so like one of the check loggers was January 31st of 2024. Okay. So it's about a year and some like 2 months old or something. And I feel like that's probably the lifespan of some of these beers. So like it might start to like pull some of that haziness out, and then that ends up being what is stuck on the bottom. Also, Jason was saying if in a few, or maybe you were saying that like some of the IPAs are supposed to roll, like a hazy IPA, you're supposed to roll every once in a while in your fridge. And I definitely haven't been doing that.
So some say that. I can see the can. That's a Michigan-based beer, like M30 something or other. Yeah, 43. That one actually says to roll the can before pouring.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it just reincorporates the yeast back into it. Besides the appearance, like I said, I mean, I think it's a good beer, but the appearance is not appealing at all. So for appearance, I definitely maybe that's what we should do next season.
Yeah.
Start doing like appearance and blah blah blah, because like this is really gross and off-putting for me.
Yeah, those the bubbles that you're seeing are like picking up shit from the bottom, and
yeah.
I do like the smell, and I feel like the
taste is fine.
The hoppiness isn't as strong with this. It's not as bitter, I guess. It's still hoppy, but it's not bitter.
No. And it doesn't linger for too long. It doesn't really coat the tongue as much as I thought it would, especially when you see it has oats in it. Oats definitely, and wheat as well. Kind of get that body and kind of just sits there, kind of floats on the tongue for a second. This really doesn't. But again, it could be age. Just could be past his prime. That's the only bad thing about doing some of these. We do have to wait X amount of time to go by before we can actually drink them, because we're in totally different states. And we only drink on Fridays and Mondays and every other day that ends with day. But we don't record all that stuff.
Right.
So but overall, I mean, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think that I would give it probably a 3. I would like to try it again. Maybe a 2.5.
Fair.
2. Let's just say 2.8, because I feel like there's been some that no 3. It's going to be a 3. 3 because I don't mind it as a non IPA drinker. So like I'm not like unhappy with it, and if I stopped pouring as soon as I saw the stuff, so I don't have nearly as much like residual shit in the bottom of mine.
I'm gonna give it a 2.8. A little higher than middle of the road, because I think 2.5 on a 5 scale system would be like middle of the road beer. There's a little bit above that, but again, it could just be age, and I hate judging beer on age, because it's not really the beer's fault. It's not the beer manufacturer's fault. It's kind of our fault for letting it sit for so long before you actually get to it. But I feel like I would do it again.
Yes.
For sure, I would try to find one that's definitely a lot sooner or earlier than a year and some change old.
Yeah, I would try this again,
which is good. I mean, it's a nice yellow, nice little yellow color. It's all that chunky crap. I just now I know I would not pour as fast as I did.
Yeah,
because it doesn't say It doesn't say anything about it. I feel like sometimes they do mention that. No. Oh well. But I mean, I've liked all the beers so far that I've had from Yazoo. Yazoo makes a very solid Hefe as well too, which I don't think we have any of those. That Czech beer was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would definitely, if you see Yazoo stuff, I would try it. I don't know if I would necessarily get this 12 pack again, but I would get the Czech one. I would get like a couple cans of it. Because we have another, I think this might have been the last of the series for those.
This is the last one, yep.
The Highland Brewing, I think, is one of the other ones that we have to do, and I think that's that all of those ones were good too. So I feel like a lot of this. And then where is this one located again?
Nashville.
Okay. So it's a Tennessee, Tennessee beer. So like I would definitely, if I were in Nashville and they had a brewery, I would go in there and have a beer or 6.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure they have plenty on tap. I hope more people follow the trend where you can get half pours. So you can try price. Like up to 6.
Or do you not care?
So I don't care so much about the half price, but I don't like it to be more than $1 more. If that makes sense. So let's say it's $6 a pint. They charge $4 for a half pour. I'm fine with that. If it's more than that, I was just screwed. Just give me the $6 pint. But then I'm only going to drink, probably 2, and then we'll leave.
Yeah, I think that. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. I guess I'm trying to like devil's advocate. Like, what would the reasoning behind not actually offering a lower pour? Because I feel like a lot of times they'll let you try it, like just give you a sample, and then it's like that seems like a big pain in the ass for people. So I'm like, I would rather not even like. I would rather get like if it's like 4, like I said, a 4. I would rather have a 4-ounce pour for cheaper. Than trying to like consistently be like, okay, let me try this. Okay, let me try this. Let me try this. Especially because it's like there's this like trend in some of the non-breweries, like just to have like because there's so much different stuff on tap. Like if you go to Hopcat or something like that, there's one in like Detroit and there's one in like Ann Arbor. They have like 70 taps, and I'm like
easily, if not more. Yeah.
Okay, well, now how in the hell is your bartender going to know what any of this stuff is that's on there? Unless it's like, I mean, obviously you have like your normal staples, like your Bud Light, Miller Lite, and all those ones. So
for sure.
That's a normal thing, which is kind of nice because then you can have 2 groups of people that actually enjoy that kind of stuff they don't enjoy it, but you can have a group of people that like the Bud Light or Budweiser or whatever the other generic major corporation beer is, and then you have like the other side of things where they like the local Michigan brews and other stuff like that. So typically that's a large chunk of their tap is local. So like I never see this kind of stuff on tap anywhere,
right?
Which sucks because it's like I do want to support local and I think that it's good, but if the local is bad, then like
it's hard. Yeah. Really hard to support them. Yeah. I'm not going to name the one, but there's one local one here. They come out swinging. They were great. And then I went there for a meeting and every beer was sour. So I think a yeast strand got contaminated every single one of their beers, and they all were just sour beers and nobody enjoyed it. We had like, the group was like 20 people. We all had, different styles of beer and they were all soured. I haven't been back. I need to, but I'm afraid if we can have sour beer, and I don't like those. But to go back to like the 4-ounce pour, like I mean, I'm sure some people will comment, so why don't you just get a flight? But flights are fine. I have no problem with a flight. Just sometimes flights can get a little warmer too quickly for me because sometimes I like to enjoy what I'm trying instead of trying to rush through it. So like, let's say I get 2 dark beers or 2 heavy dark beers and 2 lagers. Well, you got to hurry up and drink the lagers because lagers are good, cold, and crispy. But then I have to sit and wait for the other ones to warm up because those are better. But what if I get four lagers? And I'm just pounding all the lagers. I'm not really enjoying them because I'm trying to make sure they don't get too warm on me. And
so you might as well just had a 16-ounce beer, and you didn't get to enjoy any of them in that amount of time. So that's my argument too, because like I always get pushed on like the 20 ounce pours, so the talls.
Oh yeah.
And then,
Yep.
So there was like a few years ago, I remember seeing like Channel 7 or one of the news stations was like going around and like they had like their own glass that was 16 ounces. So if it says it's a pint, that's when they started. So they're like, oh, a pint of beer. And then they pour it into it. And it was like 2 ounces short of a pint. So they were only like 14 ounce glasses that they were serving. I don't think that was on purpose necessarily. Cause it's like, cause if you go into some places, you see their glasses are like super thick. And then some places are like, they're wider. So it's like the glass industry doesn't necessarily create a 16 ounce glass perfectly. But then that's the same thing with those 20 ounce ones. So you have them at like some of our local places where they have like the skinny, they go in and then they come up. They're like whatever shape glass that is. And
yeah, I forgot. It's not flute. But
I feel like
that.
those ones like don't hold 20 ounces. And then I'm like, well, my beer's going to get warm potentially before I finish it. Like, so especially when they give you like those 32 ounce ones, they're like a giant mug that you have to hold with like your shoulder. And
I'm locking in place. I got it.
Yeah, I'd rather have like 2 pints and pay like $4 more if I wanted 2 pints than a 32 ounce beer that's going to be warm. Like no matter what it is for the most part, because you're not going to, the beer that you want to get or that you want to drink when it's a little bit warmer isn't going to be something they would serve you in 32 ounce mugs. And then like Bud Light does not taste good after like 10 minutes of sitting out in a warm cup. Like,
well, no, I agree. That's a very fair point. And I don't want to spend too much more time on this, but like I've asked a few places I've gone to get just a room temperature glass.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll whatever they wash the dishes with and they put it in the freezer and it's ice cold and it always has that. Sometimes they have a weird smell to it. And I don't know if it's the detergent they're using. I don't know if it's because it's sat in this cooler for so long and who knows how clean the cooler is. But they just kind of stare at me like we don't have those. I'm like, oh, okay.
They also will like get them out of there and put them upside down on something. It's like, okay, well now the mouth part is like touching
the rim's
like,
got something. Yeah, who knows what that is?
Yeah, it's like it's touching the like cooler, which I'm sure you've never washed.
Yeah. God, we're snobs.
Yeah. Did you have a? Speaking of us being snobs, did you have a recipe that you would?
I do.
Holy crap! Sorry, I'm looking at your recipe.
Por favor. Yeah, so I just came up with this a fairly simple New England style IPA, so nothing too horrible. The hops are kind of a couple of hops are kind of unique. But so anyways, so this would make about a 5 1/4 gallon batch, all said and done. So you're gonna need about 9.5 pounds of 2-row malt, a pound of flaked oats, and 1 pound of oat malt. Again, to give that mouthfeel, the codiness and stuff like that, this seems to be lacking. So once you match the,
sorry, the flaked. No. I was wondering what flaked wheat was because you said flaked oat. Is there a difference? I've never seen flaked wheat.
Yeah, so
just like smashed wheat.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it looks not much different than the flake oat in a way.
Yeah, that's okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, fine. Because I added in one of my beers. So after you match this in, you prepare the boil for the first 60 minutes. You're going to add in only a 1/2 ounce of Comet. And then for 10 minutes, you're going to add in 1 ounce of Citra to give it nice orangey kind of flavor, stuff like that. And then for like flame out, basically, you're just going to throw in 1 ounce. And then on the third day of the primary fermentation, you're going to add in the following: 1 ounce of Comet, 1 ounce of Eclipse, and 2 ounces of Galaxy hops for about 5 days. And it should be done by then. That's going to give you a big, juicy, fruity, tropical / orangey kind of bomb. The yeast I came up with was La Bru Verdant IPA yeast. Again, I've been trying to find different yeast to use, except for the same ones I say all the time. So this one looked pretty good overall. And I think this one should come out to be about 6.6 ABV and about oh, I think it was like 38, I think, IBUs. So not as hoppy as this one that we're drinking. This one is, no, so this one's 38 as well. So yeah, let's try to find something to be about the same.
Nailed it.
IBUs wise. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
So it's not horrible.
So have you made any IPAs yet?
Yeah, so I made a creamsicle IPA, which I think turned out really, really well. If I were to remake it, I would not use the Galaxy hop. That's what I used before. And I would just go straight Citra all the way through because I really wanted that orange flavor. And the Galaxy gave it more of a tropical orange kind of flavor. But I wanted that creamsicle. There's a brewery here that makes one. So I was like, oh, I'll try this Galaxy. And yeah, I kind of missed the mark. But it's basically the base malts, it's pretty much what I used in it.
I feel like as I'm brewing, I'm noticing that base malts don't play a huge role in the overall flavor of the beer.
No, just sugar. Just bunch of sugar. It's all the small, minute stuff, like a pound of this and 12 ounces of that, and da-da-da-da-da. And that's what gives you like your biscuit and your color even too. Like those small little minute ounces will give you.
So
nice
do you
colors
crush
too.
your like flaked oats or flaked corn if you use it? Just throw it in there?
Nope. Just throw it right in. Yep. That I stir more often just because it's slightly bigger. And I don't recirculate, so I'm not too worried about a stuck mash, but I kind of am, I guess, because it is just steeping the whole time. So I do want to kind of, so I got this huge whisk, which I think I showed before. It's like 3 feet long, and I just kind of stir up the whole mess of it like every 10 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good workout.
Yeah, that's what I had to do on mine because my mash got stuck. I've brewed like 6 or 7 beers, and
yeah,
I've had a stuck mash probably 4 or 5 times, I think. And then the one thing I read today was like, make sure you wash your rice hulls, and I'm like,
that's new to me.
Yeah, I'm like, where the hell are you getting your rice hulls? Like, if you're not getting like, I guess, food grade ones, like maybe you should.
Maybe like going to like a Asian store or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I was like, I've never heard that because I was trying to figure out what or how to fix my blueberry honey ale that I totally broke. So I was looking at like doing basically the same thing. We're making it a blueberry creamsicle because so the other thing I was thinking about doing too is like testing the like pH to see if I accidentally with whatever the emulsion thing was, if that added a whole bunch of like acidity or baseness to it.
Yeah.
Because it's so bitter now. It's like, it's just undrinkable for me. My dad likes it, but he likes IPA, and my wife and I can't stand it. And I'm just like, I guess I'll try this $5 worth of, whatever the hell it is, the lactose to see if that will like change it. But then I was like, maybe I should look into like alkaline or acidic, adding alkaline or acidity to try and see if I can level it.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, so I think you have a pH meter if I remember correctly. I just have to calibrate it. And once you calibrate it, I would test see what it is, and you probably have to add. I'm assuming if it's super super bitter, if it's tart, it's a tart bitter.
No, not really. It's just like an acidic.
Bitter?
It's like it's not acidic because it doesn't taste like citrus, but it's like it hits the back of your tongue and it's just like.
Yeah, so I think it's baking soda you would add if it's too high, and lactic acid, which you don't have to buy if it's you don't have to buy, like you can add other stuff too, but lactic acid would add no flavor. Where like you could use lime or lemon, but that would add the flavor.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's my first mess up, and the beer before it was perfect. It was almost crystal clear. I was super excited, and then added the wrong thing and just pissed myself off, and now I hate everything, and I'm never gonna do it again. That's selling all my stuff.
I've done a couple, so it's fine. It's all right.
All right.
On that note,
don't forget to have a pint with your pals.
Yep. Please like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, give us other suggestions of your favorite beers or even styles. And also, please drink responsibly. And to that, Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
My chunky bottom there.